This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've got a review of Raising Arizona coming at you. Directed by Joel Coen, one half of the noteworthy Coen brothers, the 1987 comedy follows H.I. McDonough, a career criminal turned good, and his wife Ed, a cop he meets and eventually marries. The two try for a baby, but after Ed learns that she's barren, they grow a bit despondent and depressed until learning of a local wealthy couple having given birth to quintuplets. They kidnap one of the babies, which leads to a string of troubles from hiding the truth of the baby's origins to dealing with unexpected guests, and even a bounty hunter coming for their heads. All the while, H.I. also has to contend with his own struggle between becoming a family man or returning to his criminal nature. That struggle is a nice illustration of an internal conflict, and the movie is, overall, built around its conflicts, which gives the film's story a solid narrative through line to follow. It's set up from the beginning how H.I. had made a conscious decision to change his ways, and it's a plan which pays off well enough even after the kidnapping. But it's a decision that's challenged when he actually has to become a father, and rather quickly at that, given the circumstances. As events continue to escalate, H.I. has to determine whether or not it's better to take the easy way out and escape his new responsibilities, or settle down for the long haul. A fight between what may be a short amount of freedom and a longer but difficult happiness, expressed respectively by H.I.'s prison friends and his wife. The story is essentially H.I.'s to tell, which is a given as it's his narration which is heard throughout the film, and in this way, Raising Arizona is probably one of the better told stories I've seen in as many months. As for how the story is presented, that's also a pure delight. It's a movie that almost openly celebrates its own visual style and pacing, taking its place in comedy to heart and infusing just about every scene or sequence with a sense of imagination. While the movie is generally grounded, the film's events and characters are almost cartoonish, from their motivations and actions to the chain of events and their escalation of stakes. It removes the rather serious implications and elements of the premise almost entirely, and gives it a sense of lightheartedness, moving it from being a movie about a baby having been kidnapped to a movie about two people who kidnap a baby, which may not seem different, but totally is. Anyways, the film's technicals reflect the comedic tone, with fast pacing and sharp cuts during some hectic and high-energy scenes, including a shootout that takes the characters from a car chase to a supermarket. There's a good amount of detachment from reality in some of the movie's scenes as well, highlighting the absurdity of situations and characters, and heightening it at least a few levels more, in a way removing the tension and bringing everything around to a fuller sense of comedy. Overall, Raising Arizona is both a wild ride full of twists and laughs, and a film that's able to cut to the heart of a personal conflict and how it affects and is affected by others. It's held up well by its sense of imagination and visual spectacle, as well as its characters, who are generally symbolic of the conflict, but are still fleshed out well enough that they are entertaining in their own right. The movie clearly knows what it's doing, and it does so in a way which is simultaneously entertaining and artistic. Raising Arizona, Joel Coen, 1987. 4.5 stars. I recommend seeing it for sure. That's it from me here. If you like this review, please leave it a like. If you want to leave a comment, go right ahead. If you'd like to see more reviews, subscribe to the channel. By the way, now that I think about it, this feels kind of like a morning movie. You know, something you'd catch in a theater on a Saturday morning before running errands or something. I don't know why.